It is ahistorical to say that fascism is a product of the right. And if you're a historian, you have a hard time doing that. People on the right believe in decentralization. They believe in individual liberty, individual rights, personal property, freedom of expression, freedom of religion, freedom to protest, and the ability to self-determine. Those are antithetical qualities, characteristics of a system like fascism that states that all of those things must be inculcated into the central government's consciousness. Now, a little background. Mussolini was quoting Karl Marx at the age of 10 at the dinner table because his father was a card-carrying Trotskyite. His mother was Catholic. He rejected Catholicism. He embraced the nihilistic beliefs of socialism. As he grew, he was a public school teacher, and then he became a writer for Avanti, a socialist publication, in his 20s and 30s. Eventually, he split with the Socialist Party, not because he disavowed socialism, and this is where historians are very disingenuous, not because he tried to replace socialism, but rather because he tried to create a system that was more conducive to centralized, localized power. In other words, he created fascism was a byproduct of socialism so that he could achieve power under the socialist banner in Italy. Because if you remember, Marxism predicted a globalist revolution of the proletariat against the bourgeoisie. And at that time, power was concentrated under the socialist banner, was concentrated into the hands of Lenin and later Stalin. Mussolini did not want to bow to Stalin or Lenin. He wanted power for himself, but that doesn't mean that he disavowed socialism. On the contrary, fascism, the root of the word itself, comes from Vasquez, which means a bunch of sticks wound up with some sort of ribbon or rope. The idea here is that the collectivist consciousness of people would be bound together under the banner of the state. Benito himself, he has 4 names, all of them in homage to 4 prominent socialists in South and Central America. Now, if you really want to know what fascism is, all you have to do is read one document, La Dottrina del Fascismo, which was written by Mussolini, Giovanni Gentile, and other ghost writers, and they define what fascism is. It's only about 5 pages. Every paragraph in that document talks about lo Stato è supremo. Lo Stato è supremo. Lo Stato. The state is supreme. All individual identities are inculcated, consumed by the public state consciousness. In other words, you don't exist, the state exists. That is quintessential socialism. Now, put it in the modern era, right? Because Mussolini said, we're going to take private corporations and the power that they wield through the capitalist lens, and we're going to fuse them with the state. And we're going to create a hybrid. And that's exactly what you see today. We call them public-private partnerships. And they spawn groups like Antifa. Yeah, I said that. I don't care what Antifa... You can watch this video. I don't care. Right? Antifa's what? They dress in black shirts and black masks, and they walk around beating up people who disagree with them. How could anything be less fascist? That's exactly what Mussolini did with his black shirts. That's exactly what Hitler did with his brown shirts. Fascism has never been a product of the right. if you were far right, you would be an anarchist. But anarchy is, you know, you can argue whether or not there would be a shadow government in an anarchical system, and there probably would be. But anarchy, in theory, is the idea of no government. That, again, is the antithesis of what fascism is. Okay? And yet the left use the word fascism as a cudgel, as a baton, a verbal baton to beat up people, to quiet them into submission. They say things like fascist, racist, and homophobe. And they just shout these at you. These are shouting points, not talking points. And they shout them at you because they want you to shut up. That is fascism in manifest. Fascism has never been a product of the right.